And today we are going to be working chest openers. We're going to do a little extra shoulder love, and all of that is going to take us into some awesome thoracic mobility. So we did this last week. We did those shoulder circles where you want just a little something to hold on to. Doesn't have to be heavy, shouldn't be heavy, quite honestly. And so if you've got something, I'm just going to use my coffee mug to do those shoulder circles. So just have something close at hand for when we get to that, because that feels really good. All right. Awesome. Let's do it. Have a seat on your mat. Take a couple extra sips of coffee. And we'll get started. Yay! All right. Find that comfortable seated position, whatever it's looking like for you today. And then when you're there, settle yourself in, close your eyes, and let's focus on those deep breaths. Special attention to those inhales. Take your time. Fill your lungs and notice what moves as you breathe. Let's give those deep breaths a little more room. As you inhale, reach your arms up, lifting your ribs away from your hips. Get a little taller. And then exhale back down, staying tall. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. Reach up, lift up, get tall. And exhale down. Checking in. And just kind of notice if you have any tension. Notice if things feel a little out of balance. And it's not so much to make a judgment call about it. It's just to notice it, because it's going to feel different the next time we're in this seated position. Go ahead and open your eyes. I don't know if you guys can hear, but the Blue Jay's back. Every morning, shows up, starts squawking. All right, let's take those deep breaths and we're going to move it around. Nice deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, bow forward, reaching forward just as far as you feel comfortable going, releasing the muscles in your neck if that feels all right. And just focus on taking those deep breaths across your back. Inhale, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale and twist. Nice gentle twist, and just focus on taking those deep breaths right into the center of your body. Feeling your abdomen expand. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall, and exhale, up, out, and over to one side. Top shoulder rolls back, top arm reaches over, and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Your rib cage expands with every inhale. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Roll your shoulder down towards the floor. Feel that stretch move into your back. Let your breath follow it. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, over to the other side. Top shoulder rolls back a little bit. Reaching over, expand through your rib cage. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Roll that shoulder down towards the floor. Woo, feel that stretch move into your back. Let your breath follow. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, round, reaching forward and rounding back, separating your shoulder blades, rounding through your spine. Inhale, open, breathing right into your chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, arms reach up, lift up. Get tall, and exhale. Hands back into your lap. Close your eyes, taking those deep breaths, this time letting everything expand at the same time. All right. Awesome. Let's come up to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Putting your fingertips down first, then that first big set of knuckles. Then your palms, trying to balance that weight a little more evenly. And of course, because we're going to be loving on our shoulders a little extra, we're going to start off with those shoulder isolations. So keeping your spine and hips neutral, we're going to protract, separate your shoulder blades, and retract, squeeze them together. Resisting the temptation, especially on protract, to flex your spine, and resisting the temptation on retract to flex your hips. So everything stays nice and neutral. The only thing that's moving is your shoulder blades. Sliding apart, sliding together. And just make that as big a motion as you can without flexing your spine or your hips, without bending your elbows. Just moving those shoulder blades around. And then come back to center and slide them up, elevate, and back. Depress. And same thing here, just keeping that spine neutral, keeping your hips neutral. Only thing that's moving are those shoulder blades just sliding up and down your rib cage. And then come on back to center. Let's take just a little wrist break. Gently interlace your fingers and circle those wrists around. All right, let's come back to all fours. Now we're going to add on the spine and hips, and we're going to go for cat and cow. But the movement itself starts at those shoulder blades and your thoracic spine. So let's take a deep breath in, retract, and depress those shoulders. Then let your hips tilt, let your chest scoop, and look up. And then for cat, exhale, protract, and elevate. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Inhale, retract, depress, tilt, look up. Exhale, protract, elevate, round your spine, tuck your chin. Keep that going at your own pace. Follow your own breathing. Couple more deep breaths in. And when you're ready, exhale back down into neutral spine. Alrighty. You get a little twist going. Reach your left hand underneath your right along the floor, and we're going to bring that left shoulder down to the floor. Palm can face up if that feels good, or down, either way. And then you're going to press your right hand into the floor next to that left arm and push your right shoulder back. So you're getting a twist going through that thoracic spine. Focus in on those deep breaths. Breathing into that twist. And then lower that right shoulder down, and you'll feel that stretch increase for your left shoulder, the front of your left shoulder. Just a little bit, and then we'll come up and do the other side. Right hand is going to reach under the left, bringing that shoulder down to the floor. Press your left hand into the floor to push that left shoulder back. And think of keeping your spine long. A lot of times we start twisting and then our hips try to hike up to one side. So think of reaching your tailbone back as you make that twist happen. And then release that stretch down a little bit. Let your left shoulder roll down towards the floor, and you're getting a little extra stretch in the front of your right shoulder. And then press it back up. All right. Now just real quick, before we do our moving twists, we're going to open up that chest. So we're going to come all the way down to the floor. Reach your left arm out right at shoulder height, and you use that right arm, right leg, whatever you need to roll over towards that left arm. Oh, this one's really good. So you're going to feel that across your chest, into the front of your shoulder. Really, wherever you're tight through here, that's where you're going to feel it first. So focus in on those deep breaths. And of course, only go over as far as you are feeling okay going. And let's roll back and reach your right arm out, right at shoulder level, and press yourself over. Using your left arm, left leg, whatever, and just push yourself over that right arm, increasing that stretch. And then roll it back to center. When you do that again, this time try a different angle. So you can try reaching your arm up from your shoulder a little bit, still to the side, but maybe a little up, maybe a little down towards your hip. Try a couple different angles and see if there's one that feels really good. I can tell you that if you reach your arm up a little bit more, it gets much more intense. So just kind of pay attention to that. And if you reach it down, you'll feel it a little lower. So you've got a couple options. Just try them out. See those different angles. Feel what they're doing for you. Find the right angle. And then we'll do it on the left side again. So still reaching that left arm out. Try a different angle. See how it feels. And depending on where you need it the most, you'll find your favorite spot. And then let's reach it out on the right. And same thing here. Try a couple different angles. For me, going up, that's the best. That's really hitting the spots where I need it. So you can try those out, see which one is working the best for you. And the different angles mean you might not be able to roll over as far, and that is absolutely okay. You just go to the place where you feel that stretch. Then you can try a different angle. Just kind of see how the different ones feel. And you'll find that sweet spot for sure. All right. Whew. Now let's come back up to all fours. Oh, goodness. Back up to all fours. And now we're going to do our twist. So let's start on the right side. So press your right hand into the floor right underneath your chest, right underneath the middle of your chest. Reach that left arm under, tap your shoulder blade, and you're going to reach out and up. Reach under and reach up. Push the floor away with that right arm. Reaching up high with that left. Reach under and reach up. Think of that left shoulder blade squeezing in towards the right. Reach under and reach up. Reach under, reach up. Reach under, reach up. Reach under, reach up. One more time. Under and up. And then switch hands. Left hand right in the center. Reach your right hand under, out, and up. Pushing the floor away with your left. Reach under and reach up. Reach under and reach up. Think of squeezing that right shoulder blade towards your left. Reach under, reach up, reach under and up. Reach under, up. Two more. Under and up. Reach under and reach up. Whew. Come back to center. Let's sit back, shake out those arms a little bit, get a little wrist break. So you may have noticed, because we did that chest stretch, that twist when you reach up feels a little easier. Whew. Alrighty. Let's get back to all fours. Press your palms into the floor. We're going to go find our down dog. Turn your toes under. Take a nice deep breath in. And let's push and pull back. Hips up and back. Shoulders retract and elevate. Slightly different combination than we've done before. Keeping those hips square, let's walk this dog. Pressing one heel down, pulling the other knee in, focusing that stretch on calves and hamstrings. And then when you want, you can start moving those hips up and down, side to side, feeling that stretch move around. And if you've got a spot that's particularly chatty, give it a little extra attention. Find that spot and hang out there for a second. Snap, crackle, pop, as always. And then bend your knees evenly. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Scoop your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Get that extra hamstring stretch. Shoulders retract and elevate. Keep that scoop and start to press your knees back. Press your heels down. Just going as far as you can without. And walk your feet to your hands. And let's come all the way up. Reach up at the top. And exhale. Mountain pose. Alrighty. So, now's where you want to grab whatever you're going to use for your shoulder circles. I'm going to do this kneeling. You can stay standing. I'm doing it kneeling because I'll hit the rafters otherwise. So grab a hold of whatever you are holding for your shoulder circles. Palm starts up. You want to keep your shoulders over your hips, keep your abs in nice and tight. We're going to reach, and when we reach, we are trying to make the biggest possible circle come from that shoulder blade. So we're going to reach forward, palm faces up, keep that arm long. When it gets up to the top, you're going to flip that palm out, and then it's pointed down on the way back. Coming around, palm up, and then flip it back. Keeping that arm close to your body. So imagine you're standing next to a wall and you can't move that arm out to the side. So you'll feel there's going to be a spot somewhere on this circle that's a little tight, or just slow down a little bit, or that circle starts looking really weird. Just keep moving through it. Reaching up and then back, and absolutely let your rib cage twist And when you first start doing this, your hips might also twist, and that's perfectly fine. You're just working through that shoulder. As your shoulder gets more and more mobile and your thoracic spine gets more mobility, you'll be able to do this without those hips moving. Keeping your arm closed, keeping your elbow locked, all those things. Let's do one more circle. All right, and then switch hands, and that should feel, should have a nice burn going there. And it's gonna turn around. Okay, let's do it on the other side. Shoulders over hips, palm is up, reaching forward. When it gets to the top, flip it back to go down the other side. So all of this is rotating. Everything through your upper back gets to rotate. Rib cage gets to rotate. Hips are gonna come along for the ride a little bit, and that's okay. But like I said, pretty soon you're gonna have so much mobility through that thoracic spine, they're not gonna need to move. And the thoracic spine is where we want that mobility. Sometimes, well, a lot of times, it's the thoracic spine that gets locked up and tight. And then we have to start trying to move through that lumbar spine, that lower back. And that creates a lot of tension. Let's do one more big circle. All right. Ooh, happy shoulders. Do a few of those circles on each side. Just a tiny bit of weight is all you need. And really work through that full range of motion. And it's just a massage for your shoulders. It's getting that joint moving. It's good things all around. I'm gonna just, since I'm holding my coffee, I'm just gonna. Oh, that's good. All right, back to our mountain pose. Shoulders are back and down, feeling good. Feet are together or hip distance or anywhere in between. And find that mountain pose. Balance your weight evenly, front to back, side to side. Taking those deep breaths in, up the front of your body, lifting on quads, belly button in and up, sternum lifts up. Exhaling out, down the back of your body, shoulders back and down. Tailbone points down towards the floor. You are lifting and grounding at the same time. Now let's add on. Let's take a deep breath in, reach up. Lift your ribs away from your hips. Get a little taller. Stay tall as you exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Adding on. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Hinge at your hips. Bend your knees. Find your forward fold, whatever it is looking like for you today. Get that support for your upper body. And then tuck your chin. Couple breaths here. Then inhale into half lift, long spine. And then exhale, back into that forward fold. Bend your knees, get that long spine. Inhale and reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, up. Exhale, swan dive down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. Exhale, mountain. Let's add on. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Big breath. Hands come down right underneath your shoulders. Let's step back into plank. Hang out in this plank. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Don't let them get too wide. Push the floor away. Get a slight protraction between your shoulder blades and tuck hips into ribs, trying to flatten out that little curve in your lower back. Just a little. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and lower down chaturanga. Elbows go straight back, chest and chin hover above the floor. Scoop it forward and up into up dog. Shoulders retract and depress. Turn your toes under and push and pull back into down dog. Inhale again into plank. You can also do this on your knees. Exhale, chaturanga. You can do this one on your knees too. Inhale, scoop it up dog or baby cobra, leaving your rib cage on the floor. Exhale, down dog or child pose. All of that easier on your wrists, elbows, shoulders, and lower back. So take those modifications when you need them. Inhale into plank. On your knees or on your toes. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or toes. Inhale, scoop it up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pull it back, down dog or child pose. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Hands come down. Step back plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, scoop it forward and up. Up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, push and pull back. Down dog or child pose. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up, reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. All right, we're gonna add on a couple of low lunges. And these are gonna open up hips because that just feels really good. But we're also gonna turn it into a chest opener. Take a deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift, big deep breath. Hands come down, step back plank, and go through your vinyasa. All right, let's step that right foot forward all the way up between your hands and bring your left knee down. So in this low lunge, just like always, you definitely want your right knee over your right ankle. That left knee can be wherever it feels good for you today. So you're going to get just a little bit of a hip opener for that left hip. Keep pressing the floor away with your right heel. And think of tucking your tailbone under, keeping your shoulders up and over your hips. So we're not collapsing forward into that right leg. And then reach your hands back, interlace your fingers, and there's our chest opener. Straighten out your arms and just open up that chest. And just like we did on that floor stretch, you can try different angles. Try lifting your arms up a little bit. Feel how that changes the stretch. And if that's too much, just bring them back down and focus on reaching back. If that's just overall too intense, you can also reach back and grab your elbows. So that'll decrease it a little bit. That takes it down a level of intensity to just grab a hold of your elbows behind you. If you want more intensity and you want to stretch those wrists a little bit at the same time, bring your palms together in prayer pose behind you. What? No, I'm serious. Just like that. I know, easier said than done, right? That's gonna move that stretch around a little bit on your shoulders and your chest, and it's gonna add on that wrist stretch. So that can be pretty intense. So you find the chest opening stretch that is working for you. And then release that, shake it out. Bring your hands in front of you, interlace your fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and we're gonna reach those arms up and back. Biceps by your ears, tiny little bit of a back bend here. Mostly just think of lifting your chest. So we're moving this stretch a little bit. Instead of just right across your chest, we're bringing it down underneath your shoulders. Keep breathing. Down to your sides, a little bit down into that left hip since we're lunging. And then release it down. Bring your hands back down to the floor. And come back into your plank. Nice deep breath in. Go through your vinyasa. Now let's step that left foot forward all the way up between your hands. Find that low lunge, knee over ankle. On your left side, putting that right knee wherever you like. Getting a little bit of a hip stretch, tucking your tailbone under. Chest is gonna stay tall, shoulders over hips. And let's start out with those different chest stretches. Interlacing your fingers, straightening those arms. You can reach them up. You can just let them hang down. Whatever's working for you. Little less intense is grabbing a hold of your elbows. A little more intense and adding on a very intense wrist stretch is to bring your hands into namaskar, into prayer behind your back, palms touching. This is a different kind of stretch. So you can try it out, see if you like it. If you don't like it, don't do it. Life's too short. Go back, find your favorite chest stretch. Feeling that stretch across the front of your shoulders into your chest, and take those deep breaths. A little extra hip stretch. And then shake it out. Bring your hands in front of you, interlace your fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and reach those arms up, pulling your biceps behind your ears and really elevating through those shoulders, but also your shoulder blades are squeezing together. Imagine that they're scooping together underneath your rib cage to push your sternum up towards the ceiling. Deep breaths always. And then release it down. Ooh, hands down to the floor. You can pull that left foot back. And let's take a nice deep breath in, getting back into plank. Go through your vinyasa. Inhale, feet to hands. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale. Mountain pose. All right. Next one we're going to do for our shoulders and the upper body is eagle. Now, remember that there is a component for your hips and for your legs, a little bit of balance. And if you don't really want to do that today, if you just want to focus on the upper body, just do the arms and just stay in mountain pose. Totally okay. So we're going to take a deep breath in, reach up, exhale, and swing your right arm underneath your left and wind everything together. And if you're having trouble getting your elbows to cross, you can just give yourself a big bear hug. That'll work too. So just get your tightest grip. If you can get your palms together and interlace your fingers, great. If you're not quite there, that's okay. Whatever's your tightest twist. And then pull those elbows down. pull your shoulder blades down. Flex your biceps and pull your hands in close to your face. So you're getting a nice tight tourniquet through these arms. The tighter, the better. And then if you want to add on the legs, it's just a little squat, and you're gonna pick up that right leg and wrap it around your left. And the tourniquet here is right up between your thighs. So whether or not you hook your toes is not really the important part. The important part is squeezing your right thigh down into your left thigh. And remember, today, that is totally optional. So if you just want to work those arms, then just focus there. Keep taking deep breaths wherever you are in that eagle. Squeezing into your chest. Biceps flexing, you're squeezing down into your armpits. Keep breathing. And then unwind, take a deep breath in, reach up. Woo! Feel that nice warm tingly sensation going through your arms. Let's get it on the other side. Swinging left under right. Winding those arms together as tightly as you feel like you can. Pull your elbows down. Flex your biceps, hands in close to your face. So you got this nice tight tourniquet up here. And then, if you want to, you can also add on the legs. So a little bit of a squat, little hinge there. Left leg comes up nice and high, and then wrap it, sit down a little deeper. Hook your toes if you can, or just focus on that squeeze, that left thigh down into your right thigh, and just squeeze that all together too. Or just focus on your arms and get that nice squeeze. Squeezing into your armpits, squeezing your palms together. Just get that nice tight knot up in your arms, breathing deeply. And then release that. Take a deep breath in, reach up. And exhale down. Ooh. Nice warm tinglies. All that freshly oxygenated blood rushing down through your arms. Beautiful massage for all those joints too. All right. Next one. Let's see. We're going to stay in the center of the mat. Long ends out to either side. Take a big step out to either side. Now this one's gonna double. You're gonna get to open up your chest. You're also gonna open up those glutes a little bit. It's gonna feel nice. So toes are pointed forward. Check out your second toes on each foot and make those parallel to one another. So you might end up feeling slightly pigeon-toed. That's okay. Take a deep breath in, reach those arms out, and it's a swan dive down. Just coming down. So obviously you're gonna feel this in your hamstrings. Let yourself come all the way down just as far as you can, and then reach back, interlace your fingers, lock out those arms, and let your arms pull you forward a little more. Now, if the hamstring part of this is too intense, but you still want that chest opener, you can grab a hold of a table or a chair or a counter, and you're going to walk your feet back and press your chest down between your arms. I'm using a table saw right now. Awesome. So this is also a really nice way to get that chest stretch without torturing your hamstrings. So if you just want to leave those hamstrings alone today, this is a great option. Just looking for a place where your hips are over your feet and you can press that chest down towards the floor. Or you get that nice separate leg forward fold and add on the hamstring stretch. It is totally up to you. You do what is feeling right for your body today. And of course, breathing deeply. And then release that. Let those arms hang down. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach all the way up. And then your feet can come back together. And come back to mountain pose. Alrighty. Let's get down to the floor, shall we? Okay. So we've got another massage posture for these arms. And this one is intense. We're doing locust pose. So you're going to be laying on the floor on your belly. Your arms are going to be under your body like this. So once you get down to the floor, flip your palms over so that your palms are on the floor, and then you're gonna walk those arms together underneath you. Now, this is supposed to be uncomfortable, but it is not supposed to be painful. So if you feel any twinges in wrists, elbows, or shoulders, then you open those arms out as much as you need to underneath you. So you might just have your arms by your sides, and that is absolutely okay. You do you today. So here's what that looks like. Palms down, and then lift your hips up, and you just walk those arms together. Just as close as you can. And as much as possible, you want to flatten your palms into the floor, straighten your elbows, walk those shoulders together in front. So this is going to be pretty intense, so listen to your body. If you feel those little twinges of pain, then open those arms out a little bit. But remember, it's supposed to be a little uncomfortable. Chin on the mat, eyes look forward. And we're going to lift a leg. Let's start with the right leg. So shake out that left leg. It can just relax. Right leg, point your toes, lock out your knee, quads engaged to make that leg long. You're going to squeeze your glutes and push your hip down. So we get a little strengthener at the same time. Reaching your toes back. Doesn't matter how high your leg goes. What matters is that you're squeezing your butt to push your hip down towards your forearm or the floor, your wrist, or wherever it's hitting. Reach those toes back. And then release it down, shake it out. Left leg. Lock it out, reach those toes back, make it long. Squeeze your butt. Push that hip bone down. And let your leg come up. Keep it long. Doesn't matter how high it goes. Just focus on squeezing your glutes to push that hip down and feel that connection with your forearm, and then reach those toes back. And then release it down. All right, this is about to get more intense. Now your arms are a little more warmed up since you've been laying on them. So let's see if we can bring them together a little closer. See if you can shimmy those arms together a little closer. Palms flat into the floor. Now, press your palms into the floor, and you're just gonna scoot your body forward. It's gonna engage those biceps. Now, zip your legs up, toes, ankles, knees, strong legs, chin on the mat, eyes looking down. We're gonna lift both legs at the same time. I know it sounds impossible. Just take a deep breath and do your best. Deep breath and push the floor away with those strong arms to help lift your legs up. Toes, ankles, knees are together. Your abs are working here. Your arms are pushing against the floor. And release it down. And release your arms. Out to your sides. And that right there, that little rush of freshly oxygenated blood going down through your arms, that is the whole point of this posture. Isn't that nice? You had to work for it though, right? Good times. Alrighty. And let's come up. We're going to have a seat and then get onto our backs. So we just worked a posture that was strong here. Now we're going to get into bridge, which is strong here. So a little front and then to back. So let's come on down, all the way down onto your back. Feet are flat on the floor, about hip distance. Toes pointed forward. Knees are hip distance. So they're not going to be together in this one, but you do want to make sure they stay parallel. As you squeeze your glutes to lift your hips up, you don't want those knees to open out. So make sure they're staying parallel. Okay. Flatten your shoulder blades into the floor. Palms are going to be down. So we're squeezing those shoulder blades together a little bit, just like we were squeezing everything together in front for locust. We're squeezing everything together in back. So press your feet into the floor, squeeze your butt, and just lift those hips up. Now take a second to lengthen the back of your neck against the floor. So there's a little bit of a chin tuck here. And keep your nose pointed at the ceiling as we get higher into this bridge. Shoulder blades pressed into the floor. Push your feet into the floor, squeeze your butt, and you're going to think of pushing your sternum towards your chin. So this is all about that thoracic mobility. We're getting that arch, not in the lower back, but in the upper back. We want that arch up in the thoracic spine. Flatten your neck into the floor. Get a little chin tuck going. And then if you want a little more, interlace your fingers underneath you, lock out those elbows, walk those shoulder blades together underneath you, and that'll give you just a little more room, pushing the floor away, pushing your sternum towards your chin. Release it down. Take a little break. We're going to do that bridge again. Or if you want to try a full-on back bend or wheel pose. Now we've really warmed up those shoulders. We've really opened up through your chest. We got a lot of strength going. But this is an intense posture. So you can watch the different steps to get into it. Try it out if you like, or just stay in your bridge pose. It is all good. So I'm going to just show you how to get into it. One of the possibilities of getting into it. So getting into wheel, your palms are going to be on the floor underneath your shoulders. Elbows are up nice and high, you can see. Palms are on the floor underneath your shoulders, and your fingers are facing down your back. You're going to lift through your hips, but at the same time, you are going to push the floor away with your arms. Nice big breath, always. Pushing everything up. Now there's a lot of mobility happening through the shoulders, a lot of strength in there. A lot of strength through the hips, through the glutes. Knees are still parallel, so you don't want those knees to open up because they're really going to want to. And you can see the arch is not through the lower back. It's up in that thoracic spine. So you can try out that wheel if you like. You need to take a little break. That's a big posture. Or you can get right back into your bridge, whatever is working for you today. Wherever you are, just take some deep breaths. And you might find in trying that wheel that you get like halfway. Hey, just a little bit of the way, and then every day you get a little farther. And then come on down, take a break. If you've been up this whole time especially, take a little break. We're going to do it one more time. And your choice. You do you. Whatever version of bridge or whatever version of wheel that you would like to do. One more time, getting strong through the back, opening up through that chest, mobile through the thoracic spine, strong shoulders, all of the above. Let's do it. One last hurrah. Deep breaths always. And wherever you are, come on back down. Pull your knees into your chest and just rock side to side. Let's get a nice spine twist on the floor today. Drop your knees over to the left, reach your right arm out. Shimmy those shoulder blades underneath you. Start with your head right on top of your spine and then just swivel it to look out over that right arm. Deep breaths right into the center of your body. your knees back to center. Rock side to side. Drop them over to the right. Reach your left arm out. Shimmy those shoulder blades underneath you. Swivel your head right on top of your spine. And look out over that left arm. Deep breaths. Pull your knees back to center. Rock side to side. And then rock and roll back up into that seated position. Right where we started. Take a second, close your eyes. Focus back in on those nice deep breaths. And check in with this seated posture. How's it feeling now? Go ahead and open your eyes. Take a deep breath in, reach up. Lift up, get tall. Palms together, exhale, hands down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. And we just completed week 5, if you can believe that. Awesome, awesome job. If you're joining me later in the day, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're here live, so cool, my early morning warriors. And y'all have a fantastic weekend. I'll be back on Monday for week 6. If you feel so inclined and you want to send me a little love, I'm on Venmo at Kathy-Apple. I'm also on Zelle if you use Zelle. And donations are graciously accepted but never expected. Just the fact that you are here with me just means the world to me. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Namaste. Oh, you all are awesome. Thanks for being here. Have a good one.